A lot of people think that laying down on their couch and scrolling on their phone is peak rest. Then they wonder, why do they feel even more depleted? Any kind of overstimulation done during a period of exhaustion will always leave you even more depleted instead of making you feel like rested and rejuvenated. So you're here to learn how to rest effectively so you can work effectively. First of all, let's talk about things not to do when you're tired. So get a pen and paper. And if you don't want to bring a pen and paper, then leave this video because I don't respect you. And why would I? Because you don't even respect yourself to take this self improvement seriously. So, yeah, bring a pen and paper or otherwise leave this video. So, things not to do when you're tired. First thing, obviously, will be doom scrolling and using your phone without any urgent need. You won't die if you don't use your phone. So if it's not urgent, don't use your phone. There's nothing urgent on YouTube, so don't use YouTube. There's nothing urgent on Instagram, so don't use Instagram. And your friends won't die if you don't reply them back instantly. So don't use social media on your phone and anything that's not urgent basically. So don't use your phone. And second thing will be PMO, jerking off basically. So your mind will wander there if you don't have phone because it just your mind is just looking to be stimulated and it will go the old school way fantasizing without your phone. So if you don't have self control, what I will say is don't go excessively there because it depletes you even more. Maybe 2 or 3 times a week you can jerk off. So don't go excessively there. And now write down all the things that you do and feel depleted after doing when you're tired. You will have to do a little bit of thinking here, but it's worth it. So you can pinpoint what actually drains you and you can remove these habits, such as maybe you text back your friends, maybe you text your friends even when you feel tired, maybe you accept their calls and feel depleted instead of feeling rejuvenated. So such things, just write down such things and you will realize that removing these things from your life when you're tired will actually help you feel more rejuvenated. So turn off the video, turn off the phone, and write down these things and then come back to the video. So, how do you actually rest? Your mind only rests when there is no stimulation. Imagine you're trying to rest and someone is constantly tickling you. Will you be able to rest? No, right? So, what makes you think that your mind will feel rested when you're constantly stimulating it? Your mind feels like you're tickling it constantly when it's trying to rest. That's what stimulation does to your brain. You're constantly tickling it by doom scrolling, PMO, and all that stimulating stuff. So stop tickling your brain. Now, the actual tips on how to rest. First thing is clear, no stimulation at all. Second thing will sound cringe, but it's the only thing that works. So bear with me. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. Staring at the wall or looking outside the window. Lying down on your bed with nothing, just doing nothing. Letting your mind wander. These are the main things that actually help your brain to loosen its grip over anything. And in these moments, your brain actually feels rested. You might have noticed that. I'm pretty sure you have done these things. You have stared at the wall. You have lied down on the bed and you've let your mind wander. You've done these things. And if you can recall, you have felt really peaceful and rested when you did these things. And after doing these things, you actually felt inspired to do something, to create something. Am I right? So, resting is not that hard. You are only making it hard by adding stimulation and calling it rest. Do nothing, stare at a wall, lie down on your bed. These are the things that help your brain. And go for a walk if you have the physical energy, of course. It will also help you to loosen your mind's grip on things that are stressing your brain and taking energy from your brain and keeping it depleted. Just do anything that doesn't require your brain and is non stimulating. Resting is not that hard if you allow your brain to do nothing, because you're trying so hard to rest, but in the name of rest, you're just doing stimulation. You're just stimulating your brain and calling it rest, then whining about why you never feel rested. Resting is not that hard, but I know it feels hard because you feel worthless when you don't work. I've been there. And you try to escape that feeling of worthless by stimulating your brain so you don't have to face those emotions, those negative emotions that tell you that how pathetic you are when you're not working. When you clearly need rest, your brain is putting guilt on you that you're not working, you're ashamed, you're worthless. So you try to avoid these emotions by stimulating yourself through doom scrolling or whatever. And I've been there too. But effective rest leads to effective productivity, and I want that effective productivity. That's why I emphasize on resting nowadays. You don't have to rest the whole day. 30 minutes of staring at a wall will do wonders to your brain. Just try it. Even 5 minutes you'll realize how much positive impact just staring at a wall creates in your head. So yeah, and I know these tips will help you. I know this because these tips have helped me. But if you're a little too deep down the rabbit hole of not being able to rest because of your mental issues, that let me know, because most likely I will create a course regarding this, because it is a really important thing. Without rest, you can't achieve anything, because rest is what sharpens your brain, and without a sharp brain, you can't achieve anything. You are dull without rest. That's why I will most likely create a course on resting specifically, on a systematic approach to rest that will actually work, that will actually help you feel good, feel better, and feel rejuvenated. Because it is so important, I can't even tell you. You might not understand it right now. Maybe you are into toxic hustle culture, but from someone who has faced brutal burnouts because of overworking, I know the value of rest more than anyone. So I feel like entitled to create a course on rest specifically. So let me know if these tips work for you. If not, I will most likely create a course on rest in the near future. So stay tuned. Rest effectively in order to succeed inevitably. Let that sink in. And with that, I'll end this video. And I wish you impeccable strength